We're going to look at some exponents here that involve, some powers here that involve negative exponents. And we're given 6 questions, and we want to write the following with a positive exponent only, and if possible, simplifying. So let's take a look at the first one. We're given 2 to the exponent negative 3. Now my exponent law says when I have a negative exponent, I rewrite that as 1 over 2 raised to the positive exponent of 3. Now 1 over 2 to the 3 just means 1 over 2 times itself 3 times. I'll write it out in full here, but in the future, the next questions, I'm just going to jump right to the final answer. And I multiplied out 3 times. Well, when I multiply fractions, I multiply the numerators, which is just 1, the denominators, which becomes 8. So there's my first one. For my second one, I have a negative base, but the same rule applies. I'm going to rewrite this in such a way that I have a positive exponent, which means I'm going to do 1 over negative 4 all to the exponent of 2. Now instead of writing out 1 over negative 4 twice and multiplying it, I'm just going to square the numerator and the denominator, because essentially that's what the end result is going to be. So if I do 1 squared, I get 1. Negative 4 squared, I get 16. On to the next one. Here I have a fraction with a numerator that is different than 1, and the rule for fractions requires that we reciprocate the base. So instead of 4 over 5, I'm going to have 5 over 4, close bracket, to the exponent of 2. Once again, I square the numerator, that gives me 25. I square my denominator, that gives me 16. Neither 25 nor 16 have a common factor, and so I'm done with that one. For number 4, same thing. I'm going to reciprocate the base, which is a fraction, so I get 3 over 1, which I can just write as 3 if I wanted to, and that's the exponent positive 5. Now 3 to the positive 5, if you do it into your calculator, you'll get 243. 1 to the exponent 5 is just 1, but again, anything over 1 is just the number itself. The next one, for 5, this is a one-liner. Anything, no matter what, even if it's a huge number like a million, to the exponent 0 is going to give you 1. Now there is an exception. If I have my base to be 0, that's not going to work. But that's not the case here. Anything else other than 0, we get an exponent, a value of 1. And we're on to the last one. Here's a little bit more involved question, but just because it involves some fractions, it's nothing crazy. Again, anything to the exponent 0 is going to give me 1, plus I have 8 to the negative 1, so I can reciprocate my base and raise it to the exponent 1. Now that exponent 1 is never written. I mean, it's assumed, and so I can just eliminate that. And now what it boils down to is adding 2 fractions. So I'm going to get my common denominator here. I'm going to get 8 over 8, multiply top and bottom by 8, plus 1 over 8. And this means I can add the fractions together to give me 9 over 8. So there you have your 6 questions involving negative exponents done for you.